Hello everyone, welcome back. We are redoing Nan's house on my island. For some context, she was in my campsite and I originally wanted her to replace Elise, but after quitting without saving to re-roll a few times and going through the whole nonsense with the campsite and the game and all that other crap that I hate because it takes so long, the game wanted her to replace Flurry, which I'm conflicted about. So on the one hand, Flurry was never intended to be a permanent resident on this island, so it's fine. But on the other hand, I would have rather have Elise leave than Flurry, but also Ellie and Goldie live here permanently, and then I would have had 4 normal villagers. Which, whatever. I mean, Nan also is not permanent, but I think it makes sense for Flurry to leave and have Nan replace her. I also didn't know what to do for the interior. I knew going into it that I wanted to use some of the new items from the 3.0 update, but that's about it. I had no thoughts. My head was empty, and I struggled. It's so hard because I'd been making like bigger rooms, not only with Happy Home Paradise, obviously, but with the hotel rooms, because I think I talked about this prior. If you have Happy Home Paradise and you got to the point where you did the school and you unlocked the partition walls and all that, you can use those in the hotel rooms, and you can also expand the size of the room. So I didn't know what to do when faced with a normal 6x6 villager house. Although on my second island, where we are trying to complete every Nook Miles card in 2026, I'm speed running the hotel. I'm done with the hotel on that island at this point. I'm done on this island too, but that's neither here nor there. And because I hadn't played any of the DLC on my second island, I wasn't able to expand the size of the room, which is fine because my end goal was to just chuck stuff down and make it look decent and then tell Leilani I was done and get the tickets. On this island, on my main island, I put some more thought and care into it, and I've really been thinking about, and I've had in the back of my mind, to go through the DLC on my second island, not only so I can get more furniture, but also convert my Poke to bells because I'm still paying off home loans on that. And now with the extra storage upgrades, I have a lot of bells that I don't have that I need. That didn't make sense, but you know what I mean. I am trying to do it organically because of the whole Nook Miles card thing, paying off my home loans and all that. Once the home loans are done, like once the actual house is done and the home loans are paid off, I think I'm just gonna go and get money from Treasure Islands or something. I don't know. I did get a bunch of Nook Miles tickets from Treasure Islands because I am not about to stand there and get an individual ticket a million times. It still upsets me, not like irrationally so, but it's just an inconvenience that they didn't add bulk buying for Nook Miles tickets in the 3.0 update. It's just inconvenient. So that's why I go to Treasure Islands and I just grab what I need and leave. I use Nook's Treasure Islands. I use my Amazon Prime Twitch sub with them, so like I'm not technically paying for it out of my pocket. I mean, I'm paying for Amazon Prime, and in turn Prime gives you like a free Twitch sub every month that you could use for whatever. And I've found the Treasure Islands to be very helpful. They have a lot of free ones, but obviously I've been using like the subscriber ones, and because of the update, the islands like for the subscribers have been popping off. Everybody needs materials to do Captain's requests and flowers to do Captain's requests, and I realized how little wood that I have. It's insane. The good thing is I've been taking advantage of the extra Captain tour that you can do after you complete the first VIP room. He will let you take another tour after your initial one for 100 hotel tickets per day, so you can go on 2 tours. I'm going to talk about that more, I think, in a video that I'm going to do like about the actual hotel, like an overview of it. But anyway, I didn't know what to do for Nan's house, so I really struggled with the layout here, and I didn't know like what furniture I wanted to incorporate. I knew I wanted to use the artful bed, but that was about it. Beyond that, I had no thoughts. And I'm looking back on it now, and even when I was done with it, it reminds me of a couple of the hotel rooms that I did just with the color scheme. And I know that I lightened her house up a lot, and I know the whole point of Nan and Chevra is that like they have like houses that are the same but different. Like her color scheme is black and white, and Chevra's color scheme I think is white with like some black accents or something, and like that's why they have pictures of each other on their walls. They're based off of a Japanese nursery rhyme, either a nursery rhyme or a song, something like that, where there are 2 goats and they send each other letters, but they eat the letters before they are sent or something, or they eat the letter when they send each other a letter and they eat the letter when it's received, and then they write back and they're like, hey, I didn't read the letter, or something like that. Something to do with eating paper and writing letters to each other. And I think that's cute. I don't have Chevra on this island. I don't know. I think I have her amiibo. I should scan her in. I should do that. I might, and I'm gonna have her replace Elise because I need to be like vindicated or whatever. Anyway, I hope you guys are doing well. I woke up at like 6:30 this morning for no reason at all. It's Sunday when I'm recording the audio for this, and it was not ideal, although I was productive. I made like about 5 dozen snickerdoodles because a family friend gave us her recipe when we were visiting her at Christmas. Like, we stopped by and said hi at around Christmas, and she bakes a lot, and so she had just taken out snickerdoodles, and this was like Christmas Eve day, so I had like 4 of her snickerdoodles because she put a plate out for us to like eat as we were sitting there and like catching up and whatever. And then I went to my uncle's big like Christmas Eve dinner that's like a 5-course meal. I've talked about this. My family's Italian. It's a whole production. Anyway, so we got the recipe for her snickerdoodles, and I didn't realize until I was partway through making it that it yields like about 5 dozen. Ours turned out a little bit different from hers. I think that in the future I would do a little less cinnamon or something, because like they turned out darker because of how they were like double rolled in the cinnamon sugar. Either that or I should just do like a single roll next time of the cinnamon sugar. But they're so good. Unfortunately, the first batch was a little overdone, and that's just because our oven does what it wants and it's aggravating. Because like every oven now is also a convection oven. When you put it on bake or whatever, you have to like adjust the temperature and the time because of the way that the oven is or something. And so the temperature has to be a little less than what the like cook temperature is, and the time has to be less than what the cook time is, because the nature of a convection oven is it gets hotter or something, because it's like a regular oven but it can also convect. I don't fully understand it. Either way, all the other batches turned out fine. I've had like so many snickerdoodles today, it's unreal. And also, the Patriots are going to the Super Bowl. I don't really care about sports that much, but I passively care when it's my home teams. Like the Bruins, when they win a game, I care. If they go to the Stanley Cup, I care. The Red Sox, same, I guess. I don't really like baseball, but like the Patriots are going to the Super Bowl, and I can't remember when the last time was that they went to the Super Bowl. It might have been like 6 or 8 years ago. No, it wasn't in 2020. It might have been like 8 years ago. I don't know. I should probably Google this, but I don't really care. So that's really exciting. However, back to Nan's house. I kind of want to go back and redo it again, although I know I'm not going to, and I want to make it more along the lines of Punchy's house, how I have his like a main living room / kitchen area with a little fake door on the back wall leading to like the rest of his house, using I think the custom design stickers. I either used the stickers or I used a simple panel and just shoved it against the wall. I can't remember, but I'm thinking I might want to do something like that. Maybe I'll do that for Chevra's house when I scan her in, so watch out for that, because this is the first time that we've redone a villager home in a long time. The last home remodel that we did, I just checked, it was for Marlo, and I posted it on October 15th of 2025, meaning that I obviously like did the remodel prior to that. It is the end of January in 2026, so that was like about 3.5 months ago. It feels like forever ago. I mean, it really has been. It's been a while since we've had a new villager on this island. Very exciting times. I actually wanted to use the rosewood flooring in Nan's house like I did for Marlo's, but I didn't want the interiors to be too samey because I feel like there aren't a lot of walls that look good with the rosewood flooring. I like the flooring that we went with in her house. I just don't know if I were to do this again, I would choose the same color scheme. I would probably go for something a little darker, and I probably should have. Anyway, we are done with the house. I do like it, but I don't know. I might go back and change it, but knowing me, I won't. Thank you guys so much for watching, though. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave any comments, feedback, and suggestions down below. Like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!